This is part one of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, translated by Edward Fitzgerald. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit librivox.org. Recorded by Nathan at antipodeanwriter.wordpress.com. The fifth edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, translated by Edward Fitzgerald. Part 1, Quatrains 1 to 20. Quatrain 1. Wake! For the sun, who scattered into flight the stars before him from the field of night, drives night along with them from heaven, and strikes the Sultan's turret with a shaft of light. Quatrain 2. Before the phantom of false morning died, methought a voice within the tavern cried, when all the temple is prepared within, why nods the drowsy worshipper outside? Quatrain 3. And as the cock crew, those who stood before the tavern shouted, "Open then the door! You know how little while we have to stay, and once departed may return no more." Quatrain 4. Now the new year reviving old desires, the thoughtful soul to solitude retires, where the white hand of Moses on the bough puts out, and Jesus from the ground suspires. Quatrain 5. Iram indeed is gone with all his rose, and Jamshid's seven-ringed cup where no one knows, but still a ruby kindles in the vine, and many a garden by the water blows. Quatrain 6. And David's lips are locked, but in divine high piping pay Levi with wine, 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 red wine. The nightingale cries to the rose, that sallow cheek of hers to incarnadine. Quatrain 7. Come, fill the cup, and in the fire of spring your winter garment of repentance fling. The bird of time has but a little way to flutter, and the bird is on the wing. Quatrain 8. Whether at Nyashapur or Babylon, whether the cup with sweet or bitter run, the wine of life keeps oozing drop by drop, the leaves of life keep falling one by one. Quatrain 9. Each morn 1,000 roses brings, you say, yes, but where leaves the rose of yesterday? And this first summer month that brings the rose shall take Jamshid and Kaikobad away. Quatrain 10. Well, let it take them, what have we to do with Kaikobad the Great, or Kaikhosru? Let Zal and Rustum bluster as they will, or Hatim call to supper, heed not you. Quatrain 11. With me along the strip of herbage strown, that just divides the desert from the sown, where name of slave and sultan is forgot, and peace to Mahmud on his golden throne. Quatrain 12. A book of verses underneath the bough, a jug of wine, a loaf of bread, and thou beside me singing in the wilderness. O wilderness were paradise enow. Quatrain 13. Some for the glories of this world, and some sigh for the Prophet's paradise to come. Ah, take the cash and let the credit go, nor heed the rumble of a distant drum. Quatrain 14. Look to the blowing rose about us, lo, laughing she says, into the world I blow, at once the silken tassel of my purse tear, and its treasure on the garden throw. XV. And those who husbanded the golden grain, and those who flung it to the winds like rain, alike to no such aureate earth are turned, as buried once men want dug up again. XVI. The worldly hope men set their hearts upon turns ashes or it prospers, and anon, like snow upon the desert's dusty face, lighting a little hour or two, is gone. XVII. Think, in this battered caravanserai, whose portals are alternate night and day, how Sultan after Sultan with his pomp abode his destined hour and went his way. XVIII. They say the lion and the lizard keep their courts where Jamshid gloried and drank deep, and Bayram, that great hunter, the wild ass, stamps over his head, but cannot break his sleep. XIX. I sometimes think that never blows so red the rose as where some buried Caesar bled, that every hyacinth the garden wears dropped in her lap from some once lovely head. XX. And this reviving herb, whose tender green fledges the river lip on which we lean, ah, lean upon it lightly, for who knows from what once lovely lip it springs unseen. End of Part 1. Recorded by Nathan at antipodeanwriter.wordpress.com.